The Pulse of Neopa is an interview program made to highlight the many unique and creative men and women in our community. Each episode will feature the movers and shakers who make up Canton, Ohio, business owners, artists, musicians, DJs, craftsmen, writers, poets, and other creative individuals. Hello, Tyrone Semper here. You're listening to a special new program called The Pulse of Neopa, and I am your host today. And today we have with us in studio none other than Deloris Angeli.
If any of those people remember me from 30 years ago.
30 years ago? What do you mean?
Well, that's when Planet Art and the art world and all of that. 1992.
Oh, that's right, 1992.
Yes.
Okay, so Deloris Deloris Angeli is now not the only owner, the owner of Planet Art, but is also a community builder, creative, civic leader, school board candidate, arts event coordinator, and positivity advocate.
Wow, I sound fabulous.
Yeah, you sound fabulous. So I'm going to ask her some questions about. I'm going to ask you some questions about your work, your store,
okay,
and just kind of wherever things go. So this is episode number 5. So I'm still kind of new.
It's kind of exciting. Number 5. That's a good number.
Yep. So let's start here. Can you take us back to when Planet Art first opened in 1992? Why did you do it?
So I'm a Canton girl, born and raised, and I am a former Quonset Hut employee.
Oh, really?
A former Studio Arts and Glass employee.
Oh, wow.
And I work for a man called Jack Baker. He has architectural greenery,
Okay.
and he does like plants out in like the Stark County District Library or offices.
Yeah.
And so I learned my plant real knowledge, not the knowledge I thought I knew, but the real knowledge about plants through Jack and architectural greenery. But through working for all these other people, especially from the Quonset Hut clear up to Studio Arts and Glass, there's a gap in the middle. There's a huge gap in the middle from, the Quonset Hut people, disc, pot smokers, that kind of stuff, and then Studio Arts and Glass, hoity-toity, religious windows, that kind of stuff. I wanted to find a place in the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I wanted to open a store and call it Eclectics, but nobody really knew what that meant. And back in 1992, Planet Hollywood was the rage.
Okay.
And so I was going to have plants and art. So the name of the store is Plant et, meaning and in French and Latin.
Okay, French.
Art. So it's plants and art. But I say it like cosmic and stellar because I'm not from this planet, as you all know, because we're relatives from some other planet, right?
Well, I mean, a planet technically would just be something that moves in the sky.
Yes.
I personally don't believe we're on a planet, but unless I observe it. But yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I've never felt like I've really belonged here.
Okay.
And I don't mean Canton, Ohio, or Stark County. I mean, this world is a little cruel.
Now, kind of along those lines, you ever remember that sign on 30, where it's like, bloom where you're planted?
Yes.
Okay, remember that sign?
Yes.
That was a big inspiration for us because, we weren't exactly polished and this and that, but I was like, well, here I am for whatever reason. So, did your family from around here? Are you a Canton native?
Yes, my father and my mother are both from Canton. And my father ran a route of pool tables, jukeboxes, pinballs, put them out in bars, restaurants, taverns.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so he was second generation. He got it from his dad. And then my brother has it, and now my nephew. And so Vinny's just opened on 4th and Market Avenue in downtown Canton. And it's a barcade.
Oh, okay. 4th. Okay, that's not 5th. 4th is.
It's between 4th and 5th.
Oh,
on Market.
On Market. Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, it's called Vinny's.
Okay, so your family has a small business type mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Entrepreneurs.
it's very natural. Yes. So it's very natural for you to open a store.
Yes, I could sell an Eskimo an icebox.
Okay. Yeah, you sold me some stuff. You sold me some stuff recently, and unfortunately, the one thing is gone. But
well, we won't talk about that right now.
Okay, so briefly, I don't want to go too much of this, but I mean, Quonset was an awesome store back in the day, and it still is.
It was amazing.
They've got out of music now. So what was that like? Did you ever work with John Oliver by chance, the third, or do you know John Oliver, the professor?
No.
Okay. He
Well,
used to
I was
work
there
there.
83 to 86.
Okay, that might have been before his time. Okay. So, I mean, not to date you, but what year did you graduate high school or whatever?
Well, I was born in 1960. I will gladly date myself. I graduated from second graduating class from the New McKinley, so 1978.
78. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So it was a huge transition, and that's one of the many things I learned about my town, because I am a Canton cheerleader through and through.
Okay. So you're Cantonian.
I've never let anybody put this town down, but after 30 years of the struggle and the fight and all of them coming and telling you why you can't do it instead of helping you figure out how to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so Planet Art, you wanted to sell something, plants, so it evolved to Planet Art, that name, or?
Yeah. I was with my sister in Columbus, and we were talking about what I was going to carry. And he's like, "Are you kidding me? Planet Hollywood, Planet Art." And it's great because it's a groovy little gift shop. That's how I like to look at it. And what's interesting is it keeps coming around full circle. And, it's been 33 years that Planet Art's been in business, and there's been many evolutions of it. And I'm now coming to another evolution of it. See, there's my spaceship to get get out of here when.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Okay, who made that for you? Or
Canton Sign.
Canton Sign. Okay, is that your design or?
No, Matt from Canton Sign did it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and there's spinning things. There's an alien. There's a flower. There's a football. There's all kinds of weird things that hang and spin at the top.
Okay.
So
I can kind of see that.
I'm right down the street from Taggart's Ice Cream, which is turning 100 next year, as well as the Palace Theater is turning 100 next year.
Wow.
So.
Oh, there's 100 too. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
1926. So I'm sandwiched, excuse the pun, between the root beer stand and Taggart's.
Oh yeah. So you moved there from, you were up on...
I was on Fulton Drive, which is really weird because it was 44718 and it wasn't even a mile up the road. But across from where the AAA was.
That was where you first opened, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember my past relationship. She went in there, saw you. I already mentioned the name just for posterity.
Okay.
Previous relationship.
Sure.
She went in there and she bought stuff all the time, so I remember going in there a couple times, and then I think that's probably when I first was like,
well, it was
so
600
cool.
square feet, and I outgrew that.
Yeah.
My father owned the building that I moved into.
Oh, really?
It was originally the Cottage Market. It was built in 1929. She's going to be 100 years old. My building, Eileen, that's her name, because she does.
So he's owned it in the family? Or?
He bought it in 1979.
Oh, wow.
And there was an insurance company in there. There was a ceramics place in there. There was quite a few places. And finally, a woman...
I found the Zoom here. So.
There you go. Finally, a woman who did alterations. It was called SEW, So Elegant. There's like a moon and shooting star on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Because they're on the top hanging around the side.
Oh, I see. I kind of see. You can't really see it from this picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, there's the.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
And there's an alien head.
Heck, we could do a show just about this sign. Sounds like. Okay, so you described yourself as a creative, so this is just a normal outglow to make something cooler than normal.
Yes, and I felt like Canton needed a choice between the Quonset Hut and Studio Arts and Glass. We needed because I remember Potpourri, I remember Strange Days, I remember all of those great shops that we used to have in
Where
the
were Strange Days?
Over by Central Catholic.
Okay.
So, there's, and if you know any history of Ohio, there's so many creative, intelligent people from here that have invented things like chewing gum, like the stoplight. There's just so many things. So that's cool that...
Yeah, you got astronauts. And Ohio does have unique. It's got hills, flat, rivers, lakes, which most people don't have.
And we got all four seasons.
Maryland is similar, actually, but...
we got all four seasons, which is great.
Which is good, yeah, because any one of too much is probably too much, right?
But I really wanted to do my own thing when I started Planet Art, or when it started me. I'm not sure which is which, but I wanted to create my own things, and all these artists came to me and wanted to show their art. Well, I only had 600 square feet. That's not really enough space. So I conned my landlord into letting us use the space above.
Okay.
And we had the first annual Art is Alive and Well and Living in Canton, Ohio art show.
Oh, at the store.
It was down the plaza and upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had about 25 artists.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had the
know
concertmaster from the Canton Symphony, and I had a member of the Cleveland Symphony playing cello. I mean, it was so classy. I mean,
wow.
here I am pulling off this classy event, and it was a hit. It was that I'm standing there looking at all these artists set up, and I'm wondering the answer to the age-old question, what if you threw a party and nobody came?
Oh.
And I closed my eyes, and I opened my eyes, and there were 250 people there. And art was selling, and we ran out of
Wow.
beer and cheese. I mean, it was amazing. So after that, they all came to me and said, when's the next one? And it was like, that was a joke, first annual. It was a joke.
Oh, I see.
Well, I did 14 of them. And
14.
I did 14 artists' lives. I also did,
So you moved down to the Civic Center then?
I moved down to the Old McKinley High School up in the atrium.
Okay, I remember that. I don't remember being there, but I know the atrium.
Yeah, I was there for 9 years at the Old McKinley High School, and we outgrew that.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I went to the Cultural Center.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to give them Art is Alive, so we started a fall show. We called it Left of Center. It was Left of the Cultural Center.
So you've always been a radical from the
Yes,
get-go.
yes, and I'm so clever and witty.
Interesting story. I mean, we've been in touch for a while, but we both showed up at that neighborhood meeting, and they did the personality test, and we were all part of the same group. And our particular group was get it done. I think we talked about earlier, type A.
Right.
And so our thing was, it took us 10 seconds to decide whatever little thing we were going to do. And there was 10 of us there, I think. And the other group was like a little tiny group that had like 4 people. And they're going, so should we choose red or blue for the notebooks for the planning committee meeting?
Right.
The pre-planning committee of the planning committee.
Right.
And that to me, that was a learning experience. I mean, it's cool that, like, hey, we're in the same group. But then, I mean, that showed me something of this diversity that I didn't even think about, because you're trying to do stuff and it's like, it was fascinating.
There's always someone to tell you why it won't work. I'm looking for
That's
that
correct.
person who's going to help me figure out how to make it work.
And I think I've been on different boards and councils and stuff like that, and it's you want good energy people, not just like, it doesn't hurt to have one known person that's going to try to be doubtful, but you also want a mix of people so you can get a diverse, not just yes men or,
But it's confusing to me because they spelled the word board wrong. It's actually B-O-R-E-D, right?
Yeah.
Every board I've been on, I've been so bored.
I'm always the radical on the boards too, so.
I'm so shocked by that.
But now it's like, I actually have my own board, and I don't make it boring. I'm trying to get people that are actually a living, breathing, flesh and blood person to actually be part of it. And even if you don't actively, just show up, I'd be happy,
Right.
So.
Yeah, when are those board meetings?
Yeah.
I'll pen it in.
All right. Let's go to another question here. So, you talked about plants. Tell us more about like crystals and gifts.
So
how do you find your gifts and
when
things
I
like
opened in 1992, I had a lot of interesting people flock to me. Like I said, all these artists came to me, and I had all these people come to me, and this one woman came to me, and she bought me my first deck of tarot.
Okay.
And she said, you're a witch. And I'm like, well, I've been called one before. And she goes, no, you're a good witch. You're a pagan. You're a good witch. And you're here to change things, and you're here to make things better. And so, oh, look, there's the house that used to be there.
Oh, to the right.
Yeah, I bought that and tore that down.
Oh, okay. Oh, you bought that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I bought that in 2014 and tore it down. It was a dump, and it was a scourge. But you can see on the side of the building, there's those foundry molds.
Yeah.
And
are they still sitting there?
no, they're gone. They're gone.
I've never seen them for many years.
People hated them. Oh my God, they're like, what's this junk? And it's like, it's art. What are you talking about? It's not junk.
Yeah.
But
That sounds like.
But I started learning in 1992 about the metaphysical world.
Okay.
And the spiritual world, and that there's so much to be said for all of that, because it's where we're headed. this believing in this spirituality and something, and you know, I don't need to argue over the semantics. I don't need to call it God.
Yeah.
I'll say goddess, and that freaks people out. You
can walk through.
Yeah. Yeah, back in those were the purple years.
Okay. So, how do you get stuff to put in here, like this kind of stuff?
Okay, so it used to be going to shows. I was honored to be able to go to the New York show. That was really exciting, to go to New York City.
Yeah, that's awesome.
and shop. And what I found was everything that I bought did not sell.
Oh, you were just trying to pick whatever you thought worked, or?
Well, 5 years later, people came in asking for it. So we're middle of the country.
I
The
see.
East and West Coast are trendy and hip and cool.
Yeah, I've heard it said that Akron is 5 years behind, and we're got to be going behind that.
Exactly,
Okay?
and so
10 years or whatever.
the stuff eventually sold, but
Yeah.
it was a
Oh, I
tough
see.
gig.
It's just the nature of the culture. There has been a very leap recently, I think.
Okay, but this handheld device has changed everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can put in cool whatever,
Yeah.
and it comes up. Oh, you can see my jukebox in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how fun! Wow.
Okay, so you went to New York, and you're 5 years behind, so to speak. But whatever number.
Yeah, well, I got to go shop instead of having, because back in the day it was reps. And,
Oh, okay.
And we all, well, us older people remember Death of a Salesman. And I've been watching that happen. I've been watching all these really cool reps that come and show me their product line. They're dying, and their job is dying. There's this one rep from Michigan. He calls me. I wouldn't know him if he came in here and bit me on the butt. I would not know him. But he'll call me and he'll say, "Hey, it's Dan," and we'll talk for half an hour before I even place an order. But you know, there's so many things that are going away in our world. It's really just kind of sad to see them going away. Because boy, it was an amazing world. There's an artist's artwork in the background, Mark Ball. That's a cool paper art.
Is that a local artist, or?
Yeah, Mark Ball. Yes.
So, do you do like a consignment thing?
I do.
Okay.
I do consignments,
And you like say, "Yeah, we'll think about it," or "Oh, I'd love to have it."
I will tell you right then and there.
No thanks, or yes. Oh,
Yes.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And how long do you like generally keep stuff in if it's not selling or whatever? Or do you have any?
I give it a long time.
Okay. Or
Because
if they want to come and get it, and it's just okay.
Yeah.
See it. Okay.
Yeah. Or if you want to come and pull your.
And so you're doing that to this day. Some artists can come down there. And,
I'm still doing
Okay.
Consignment.
okay, very cool.
And
Looks like you've changed the store since I was.
Yeah. I flipped everything to the other side.
Okay, gotcha.
And I thought that was such a great idea, and it was not a good idea. If I could turn back time, but I can't. So.
Okay, so you do have a jukebox in there.
I do.
We are talking about maybe doing a radio show.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
we're actually going to discuss that hopefully after this little program.
Yeah.
But,
But anyway, to finish your question,
Yeah, go
because I
ahead.
don't think I really did.
Give me.
But today it's harder to find cool product because of this handheld.
Because
device.
every person in the world can get it, and they can also get one from Temu for 50 cents on the
Right.
dollar.
And it's not
Or 20 cents.
It's not the one you get from Amazon, but who cares? Most Stark Countyans are very frugal with their money, but so 33 years ago when this all began, I wanted to create my own thing. I can see nothing and turn it into something just like this, right? That's what us creatives do. We can
do something
take,
with what you got.
Yeah.
Bloom where your plants are.
and that's what I'm doing. So I will have for 2025 Christmas season. Yes, Kmart shoppers, Christmas is right around the corner. I will have my own product. Things that I created.
Okay.
And
Like mass created or small creations? Or?
Small creations.
Okay, just like a one-off deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you can take a picture of it with your Google Lens and good luck finding it.
Oh,
right?
I see. Something unique that's going to be
Right.
cool.
And you may love it and you may hate it. Art is to evoke an emotion. If it pisses you off, it's done its job.
Or makes you happy or enjoys the moment. And then, I mean, I don't know if you can kind of see here, someone came and I had, if you look behind you, I had these pictures all throughout everywhere, and someone came and actually said, put all the city pictures in here. Okay, and I suddenly was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Nice.
And so I couldn't do it myself, but I was like, "Oh, I just never took the time." But someone actually, a woman, came and chose where they were, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Now they can still be improved, of course, but
Well, women. We make the world go round.
that's right.
If it wasn't for us, you guys would have brown couches pointed to your televisions.
If it wasn't for you, I don't think anybody would exist after a while. We'd all kill each other for sure, and we'd have nothing to be happy about. What's that? I actually made that mirror over there. We can't see it on camera.
Oh, it's very cool. I love the colors.
I worked at Lamb's Glass, and I kind of did the creative thing.
Did you have to commute to go to work?
Yes, I did. Very short distance. But interestingly, the gold mirrors in that. Let me see if I can put my camera handy. Anyway, I'll put a picture, post it or something. But the gold mirror on that thing is they're actually on the front of my house as well.
Oh, really?
The only house in the whole world probably has gold mirror at the top.
Wow.
And so I've always wanted to do something similar in that creative sense, like make something that's just unique and special, but over the top, but still not some fancy whatever. So have you ever heard of Magic Gardens in Philadelphia? Pennsylvania?
No.
This guy was mentally ill, and he did this mosaic stuff, okay?
Oh, my.
And they turned a whole deserted house into a museum and nonprofit. HBO did a series on him. And going there many times, it's inspiring. I want to do something like that here in Canton. It's not, we're 10 years, 20, whatever number of years behind. I've got a brick chimney and a brick in the front. I'm going to cover that completely someday before I, leave this earth or whatever. So I can agree with that. The idea of trying to make something beautiful bloom where you're planted.
I'll get you a boom.
Okay, cool. So
I'll help out. I'm part of the solution. And that's the way I look at it. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely. Totally agree there. Okay, let's, so Planet Art. So you talked about, did we talk about Planet Art? Like how you came up with the name? Or
yeah,
just
we did.
Okay,
we did.
Okay, I think we did that. Okay, let's go, we'll come back to the store some more, but you've worn many hats in Canton, from shop owner to event organizer and civic leader. How do you balance all of that?
Very carefully. and one thing is you can't believe the hype. You can't believe what you think you know about yourself. I ran for the school board.
School board.
My dear friend Greg Hawk, who passed away on February 15th of this year, he was Ward 1 councilman, and he's like, I think you need to run for school board.
Okay, he just passed away. Okay.
Yeah, I think you need to run for the school board. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about the school board. What do I care? And he's like, no, you need to go run for this. I started thinking about it. It's like, yeah, we need some common sense back in any of these boards. And so I ran. There were 5 people running.
Okay.
The winner got 4,000 votes.
Yeah.
I got 2,052 votes.
I
was really proud of that.
Were you second place?
I was third.
Oh, third? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
so it was a big election. Only one person won, or
they took 2 people.
All 2. It's the top 2.
Yeah, it was. So
you almost made it.
yeah, but almost doesn't count, right?
Yeah, but still, did you affect the dialogue at all, or was there a debate or anything like that? Or?
The repository had a meeting, and
Okay.
we were all questioned, and I akined to the school system to an onion, because they said, "What are you going to do? How are you gonna?" And it's like, well, you don't know how rotten an onion is until you start peeling the layers away, right? I mean, we gotta peel some layers away and see what's really wrong.
Yeah. And how you can get better outcomes and okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fascinating. So but still, the experience probably was interesting, right? Doing the campaigning and
It was very.
was it like a popularity contest, kind of? Or?
it felt like it. It really did. Vote for me.
Were you up against a cheerleader, or what?
Corey Minor-Smith is a beautiful woman.
Okay.
She really is. So, but then I was asked to be on the board of zoning appeals, and I'm like, what do I know about zoning appeals? Well, I know a lot now. And the interesting.
Did you join that, or?
I was on the board for 2 years.
Okay, and Greg Hawk was instrumental in that, or?
Yeah, well, Tom Burnaby, our former mayor, he needed somebody. Kathy Tatarski, she was on the board too.
Okay.
And she wanted another woman.
Oh, okay.
And
Too much men. Yeah.
Yeah, and so what I'm understanding about how to get along in this world, you have to understand the rules, before you play the game.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that got nailed for their zoning violations all came to the meeting with, I didn't know. And it's like, well, how was I supposed to know I couldn't take my fence to the front of my yard? It's my yard. Why can't I put my fence there?
Yeah.
Because people have to be able to see. You have to have a right of way. There's all these
all these little things that are like engineering type stuff.
Right. So there were so many things because it felt like we were punishing people for improving their home.
Yeah.
But like this one guy put his pool right on the fence line.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's not logic. It has a little bit of logic there.
Yeah. So your pool ruptures a leak.
Yeah.
It takes out the fence in your neighbor's yard.
Now, did you get to vote let him pass, or is it like that?
So it was a board of 5.
Okay.
And it's all Robert's Rules of Order.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, and
Make a motion to.
Yeah. I'll second that.
Call the question.
Yeah. So Robert's Rules of Order.
We know that.
So we did that, and we would all vote, and you're supposed to say aye.
Yeah.
Nay, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I mean, what are we, Britain?
Now, was
what
it
is it, 1776?
basically was it like a consensus as far as things, or was it did you ever well, I think they should just be allowed, let them alone?
Right. Yeah.
Is that what happened a lot?
A lot.
You'd be like, just why we bother with this?
Yeah. Well, we got to vote. I got to vote on 4 different dispensaries.
Okay.
Clutch downtown.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the most interesting one was on Tusk. By Pizza Oven.
Okay.
Across from Haggie's.
Yeah.
It's a Metro T-Mobile kind of store now.
Okay.
And they want to turn it into a dispensary.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people from the neighborhood because they're allowed to get up and talk.
I see.
And they all got up and they're like, well, I don't want my kids going in there and buying the weed. And it's like, they're going to go to the street corner and buy the weed like we all used to, right? I mean, and they're not going to let them in. Well, what if someone wants to smoke weed out in the parking lot? There's a security guard that's going to make them leave.
Yeah.
They had, and my one board member said, have you gone into a dispensary? Because we have quite a few here. Have you gone in? And they're like, no. And it's like, they were against it.
This was
What they believed.
fully legal, or is this just
This was 6 months ago.
Okay. Are you still on the board?
I have been removed.
Okay.
I have been removed by the new administration.
Okay.
And that's okay, I guess.
Did they have a drug test or something?
I mean, what kind of drugs do I have to take, Stephen? I'll take the
I'm
drug
assuming
test.
ibuprofen or something, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, can you believe, actually, that marijuana is legal?
I can't believe that it was illegal.
I say the same thing, but I'm still I'm just like last summer I was watering legal plants. And I literally was like, is the helicopter, the SWAT team going to get me? There's plants like this big. And I was just like,
right.
This is amazing. And like you said, I can't believe it ever was illegal. It should be legal like tomato.
And you know why it was illegal.
Well, yeah, the whole plastics industry and a number of different things, but there's lots of factors in there.
The story I know,
What's that?
after Prohibition failed miserably, they needed to find a new villain.
That could be, yeah.
And they made it all about the Hispanics and the blacks.
Yeah.
And they just made it a villain.
Yeah, and that shows you, doesn't it, how people can be manipulated any which way, 6 ways to Sunday.
Well, I heard on the internet. Well, then it's got to be true.
Or vice versa,
Right.
It's not true, it's what I mean? It's push as the trust the science or whatever that is.
But that's our world today. You can make a false statement and it becomes reality.
And let's think about it, where did that come from? None other than goals, You say something enough times and it becomes, everybody believes it. It must be true, They keep saying it, And in fact, that it could tell you a lie, and it could be true or not true,
And that's why I'm content with myself being the miracle on Fulton Road.
That is awesome.
Back in the day, I would call the Quonset Hut for a customer looking for something. Nice chakra jewelry. There's Chinese coins. Oh, those orbs are wonderful. The glass orbs.
You still carry those?
Yes, they're made in Canada. and they're different trees of enchantment. They're a lovely sentiment and gift, and you will treasure it forever.
You still have these chairs?
And that was a great chair. It's long gone.
Okay.
I mean, something sits outside
Now,
all the
is
time.
everything in the store, is it pretty much everything's for sale? Or?
Everything but the owner.
Okay. So if someone walked in and said, how much you want for the jukebox?
I've already sold 2 or 3 jukeboxes.
Oh, really? Okay, so you already have a plan. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
It's a CD jukebox. It's really cool because, I grew up in the day of 45s.
Yeah.
And I'd work for my parents, and I'd go and I'd change the records out on the jukebox while my mom's collecting the machines. And then they made a 45 jukebox, and they added 10 CDs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could retrofit these 10 CDs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And now, and the jukebox I have now is like 40 years old.
Okay.
And it holds 100 CDs. So if you had a 45 jukebox, it holds 100 songs. If you're playing both sides, usually the B-side sucked. There's 100 songs.
Yeah.
This jukebox holds 100 CDs. You've got over 1,000 songs on this jukebox. It's incredible. And now new jukeboxes that my brother puts out in locations, you download things.
Okay.
There's no CDs. You're not putting CDs
So-
in. It's like a giant smartphone on the wall.
So your brother, does he supply the jukebox to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're definitely an entrepreneur. You're already thinking ahead.
Yeah. Angeli's Stark Novelty
Okay.
and Mad Pinball. Mad Pinball. Pinball is the rage now.
Okay, and so they have a pinball place
Yes.
downtown?
Well, there's Finney's, the new barcade that just opened
Where's that at?
between 4th and 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've got
So is that supplied by your?
my
Okay,
brother and my
okay.
nephew have put all the
They put all the
most of the machines in there.
Okay.
Micah used to have them. Micah Dorward used to have them when Buzzbin was open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's got a lot. He's got this old vintage scale that you get on. It looks so cool. They did a beautiful job inside there. They took like blueprints, schematics from pinballs, and they blew them up and made them wallpaper. I mean, you have to go and see it. It's very,
I
very cool.
have heard about it. I just have not made it down there yet. I used to take the kids to Buzzbin and loved it.
Well, they serve
That was
food
a blast.
and they
Yeah.
serve. They have
When
sodas,
Buzzbin
beers,
left, I was just like, oh man, that's such a just the multiple
Buzz
things.
bin kill, buzz kill bin. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to get into all the backstory there, but all right. Oh, is this it here? There we go. Finney's Parlor. Okay, we're just talking about random stuff here.
Yes, I mean it's
Where's the picture?
real. It's very cool. It's so very cool.
One picture. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll have to check that out. In
Nice.
fact, that sounds like somebody I need to interview.
Well, I'm your girl. I'll get
right.
you them.
All right, cool.
And so I helped my nephew Corbin this morning. We took a pinball out of Finney's and we took it up to Quarter Up in Cuyahoga Falls, which is also a barcade.
Oh, okay.
And
A barcade.
That's what they're called now, barcades.
Barcade, okay.
And it was the Evil Dead, and we are the only ones in Ohio that have this Evil Dead pinball.
Oh,
and
really?
so they're having an Evil Dead game night at Quarter Up tonight,
Oh wow.
and people, and so it's not our world of pinball. You get on your smartphone.
Oh.
You scan.
Oh, okay. So
you have it.
cheaper than the quarter, or is it more expensive, or?
It's more than that. They're mostly $1, but
Okay.
you
Pay the
can
bills, yeah.
you can play against people all over the country with pinball now.
Really? It's
Yeah,
all
so-
internet.
Yeah, because you
wow.
scan into their little QR code, and then it downloads into your phone, and then your phone tells West Virginia that your score is higher than his. So it keeps the people in their scores. It's one of the amazing things of technology.
All right, I think I have found the Finney's.
There you go.
Since we're talking about
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Yeah, it just
Okay.
opened this weekend.
Oh, just opened this week. Okay, that's why I'm like, I'm behind the curve. I heard something was open, I just didn't realize it. Okay, so this is located. What store was this before this place?
You know what? I don't know. It's right next to the store that used to be that Chinese hair and wig place.
Oh, okay. So that was.
And it's right next to Visit Canton. It's in the middle of that.
That wig place. There was some other store that I didn't know. It wasn't. Is it close to Grapes and Glass or?
No, that's
Maybe
between 5th and 6th.
Oh, okay.
This is between 5th and 4th.
There's a bank. Yeah, I never remember what was there.
We're on the west side of Market.
Okay.
You can't miss it. He's got his Finney's vehicle parked right out front. It's as cool. There's the mayor and his wife. Oh my God.
Really? Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get him in here too.
Wow. Okay. So I'll have to check it out. So your family business supplied all these.
Yeah.
Cool. So your dad used to do this too, huh?
Yeah, but it wasn't this.
What was it? Networks and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
So
and I remember
they're keeping up with the technology.
I remember growing up and having video games come into our house.
Oh.
And my dad, you know, there's asteroids, yeah, because it was one of the first ones. Pong was very first.
Pong.
Yeah, but asteroids, and my dad said, it'll never beat pinball. Never. No one's going to play these. And I get where he was coming from. He was from his generation, but now he looked at it and saw, oh, I was so wrong. If he were still alive today, he'd be amazed at the resurgence of pinball.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, because it was like video games. They're kind of cool, like you said. It does have its thing, but the whole pinball thing has made a huge comeback, and I prefer that over the
video games is kind of a self thing. It's you're playing it and you
in an arcade you can do multiple people.
Right,
yeah.
but if you're at home,
yeah.
which most people can get these games at home, you don't. Pinball you can watch, and it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Donkey Kong, you would learn how to do the levels. Pac-Man, you learned how to get through each maze.
Yeah.
And you learned how to go further and further. You can't. It's always a different game with pinball. Always.
And you have to. It's going to cost you a lot of money to to get good. You know, you just got to get your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go in there and I'd spend $20, and we just have fun. And
it's great, and they have air hockey.
I think I'm going to go there tonight. You're
air hockey.
They
They have some video games.
Okay.
It's mostly pinballs.
Okay.
And pool tables are making a huge comeback too. Pool tables are fun.
Okay, so speaking of small businesses,
yes.
What role do you believe small businesses like yours play in the soul of a city like Canton?
Well,
obviously.
I just quoted Chrissy Hine this morning.
Okay.
I went back to Ohio and my city was gone. There was no train station. There was no downtown. The farms of Ohio were replaced by shopping malls. And if you don't have local flavor, you do not have a community. And if you do not support your local community, then it dies and it goes away, and it's replaced by Walmart, it's replaced by Dollar General, it's replaced by all of that. You have to support your own backyard. And that's what makes, back in the 90s, there were all these cool places opening up. Luna Grill,
yeah.
That was the place.
Yeah.
And everybody went there.
I used to go down and knock on the window at like 2:30 and still go there.
But yeah, you have to support. But if you go downtown now, there's one gallery, one art gallery, and all the rest is bars and restaurants.
Well, there might be some others, but they're kind of hobbyists. They're not like they're open.
Like what?
Isn't there one on the old little arts district, the 4th Street? And like one beside Race Courts, little gallery or something.
No, there's some weird little shops. But,
okay, but they're not
but
gallery.
Like there's Fromage du Monde downtown. Have you been to Fromage du Monde? It means cheeses of the world. She's got fabulous cheeses.
Yes, that's right. That's a good little.
And she keeps expanding. Yep. She's now got 3. There were 5 galleries there when Mike came up.
That was sort of like the initiative. They paid their bill for a little bit. So.
Yeah. And there were 5 different places. Acme Artists was one of them. Bliss Gallery. Marcy Axel Band was on
Thomas
the end.
Morgan.
Yes, there were. And so now there's some weird little. It's called like Cantonology or something.
Yeah, Cantonology, which is kind of cool. It's
and then I think the skateboard shop is gone.
That's right. Yep.
And now Fromage du Monde took over 3 of the spaces because
really? Okay, I know something. I just walked down there. I noticed something was different.
Yeah.
One was like an event room or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do your birthday party there,
Well, I mean,
or your
you know,
divorce party, or whatever you do.
You do have to make money, obviously, to make something. I mean, so there's some level of money involved, especially if you have to pay rent and pay utilities and do something. But there is sort of like, there's a market for art, I guess, obviously. But there's sort of entrepreneurial spirit is, if you can't pay the bill because whatever, then whoever can pay the bill. I mean, I know that sounds goofy, but I mean, do you want socialized art or do you want independence?
Right. So I was on the Camp Museum of Art board for a New York Minute. And
Just a minute.
boom, out, boom. Well, because my ideas were bringing in community. We were doing a furniture and fiber show, and I said, let's do some furniture and fiber people from here. And they were like, well, have them submit their portfolio. And I'm like, where do you think we are? You think these people have a portfolio?
Yeah.
They don't. They're just starting artists trying to get their stuff out there. Once they get going, like Russ Hench, my very first art show he was in, he displayed all his art on ladders.
No.
Now he's got this massive setup, and he does beautiful art, and he is an amazing artist, and he's grown and evolved. Now, I'm not saying it's because of me.
Okay.
I'm saying it's from the having to do these shows time and time and time again, and how to reach out to people. He would come in and get my flyer.
Oh, okay.
And he'd shrink it down, and he'd mail them all out.
Oh,
he'd mail them out to all his customers.
Oh, I see.
I mean, so the first year we had 250 people.
Yeah.
The last year, we had over 3,000 people come to the art show, and over $23,000 worth of artwork going out the door that went to the artists.
So what time of the year is that?
I've no longer done it. When politics merged with art, better known as Arts and Stark,
Okay.
I ran like a pussy.
Okay.
I did. I ran. Because I couldn't fight that battle. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't, because Rob Hankins was going to do what he was going to do, and squelching me was what he wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my side of her story, not his story, but her story.
And he's no longer with us. He moved on. And I guess, from what I understand, I don't know a whole lot of anything about anything, but I know that there was there's a new person there, and I don't know what the deal is, but...
He didn't last 2 years.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. You fill me on the details.
And now they've got they got a woman this time.
Is this an outside person or a local?
Well, she was from here. She did a lot of things,
Okay.
but she's been around. She did like the Goodwill of Greater Cleveland and things like that.
Okay, so kind of a
And
corporate.
people think she's amazing, and I say, show me.
Okay.
Show me what she's done.
Hopefully
So show me what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to see.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Very cool.
And I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying, talk is cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, the famous line from the radio station actually was one of our DJs. He kept seeing me at the bar. He's like, hey, man, I want to do a show. And I gave him my number, gave him my phone number, gave him my email. Blah. And the third time he did that, I looked down and I just go, money talks and bullshit walks.
And it does.
That inspired him.
To actually be on the show.
That inspired him to give me $50 which committed him to doing a show.
Oh my God.
And that $50 turned into $5,000 and $10,000, and he's still with us. Okay, he's on the board and everything. But sometimes I need, and I'll be honest with you, that $50.
That's it, to shake somebody up.
That $50, I think I just drank it up or whatever.
Well, I'll drink to that.
This is before we were a non-profit, and all of this. Not that I'm taking anybody's money, but it was just more of a different kind of effort there. But so you got to put your money where your mouth is, and you got to do something, And sometimes money does help people commit, like things like that. But
it's easier to blow somebody off in today's world.
Yeah. Oh.
And I think COVID changed so many things. We've lost so many things in the past 5 years, and people just don't want to come out and be part of it anymore.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember we were just starting to do shows at the Buzzbin, and we just had all of a sudden literally we did our first show in March. We're like, oh, this is good. And we had 100 some people. It was a Beatles night. we did Beatles music, and it was in collaboration with a Beatles show that was next door, or like the same week. So we were like, let's do a Beatles week, you know. We got free tickets to the show. We interviewed them. We did this. We did that. I think we even had to do 2 different things. I don't know. Anyway, then March 15th, boom, shut down. And we're like, oh well. I remember doing a toast at the Buzzbin. Oh, okay, see ya. And then like the next time we did a show was in like the summer or something, and it was like they closed at 10 or something stupid, and it was just like pulling nails to get anybody to show up at all. And it was just like, and so we did a couple shows, and we tried honestly. And it was just like a terrible time to try to do something like that. And I mean, just in the amount of train wreck that happened to our society, good and bad. I mean, in some sense, because it's like you kind of get the bloat off, and if you're a good business person, you still are open. You know what I mean?
Well, but there's a lot of things that you closed. I mean, I'm having supply issues, and now with this tariff things, the emails that are coming in from all the distributors saying, we're going to have to, and so if you ordered before, and I'm ordering before, right? So, but you know.
But you know what? You're going to have American artists, right?
Well, and that's it. I'm getting back to Deloris doing her own thing.
You're starting to see the way.
And see what all these other things do. And I'm very proud of you for all of this, because I remember back when you were a pirate radio station, and it was you know, against the law and all that stuff. I mean, it was, but you're doing a great thing, and it's important, and to be able to be here and talk about things.
Yes.
And I've been talking to other people, going, I would love for you to be on this show, because there's so many fascinating people in this town that they've all gone underground.
Yep. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And
I'm going to be your cheerleader.
Okay, well, thank you. Back to that question about entrepreneurs, this relates, and COVID and all that. I mean, you just explained how you got the building from your dad, from family or whatever, so that's smart business, okay? I hate paying rent for anything. I don't think I've ever rented. I think I had 2 apartments. The second apartment was with 4 of the guys. I didn't sign the lease, so I'm like, eh. And I basically had 1 bowl, 1 spoon, and a cup, and they were drying dishes. And they just decided to kick me out. I was like, well, okay, whatever. I was a little bit upset. I went and bought a house, okay? And I've never been happier, okay?
Right, but owning a house is a major responsibility,
yes,
too.
It is.
And not everybody's a homeowner.
That's correct. But what I'm saying is that smart business people, you have to plan for total destruction. And I'm sure did COVID teach you any lessons as far as, like, what's what? And, I mean, give me a couple things you learned, or some business principles, let's say, or art, or whatever.
Well, gosh, what did I learn from COVID? Well, never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up. And it was interesting because I was supposed to close, but I didn't.
Oh, really? There we go.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez. I'll tell you, I mean, literally, they were closing. I just said, screw it. I'm just going to have parties at my house. And I invited everybody in the world, and I still only had 10 people show up, okay? And I was like, this shows me who the true people are. Now, obviously, I didn't have your number or whatever, I didn't invite you, but I was just amazed that people,
like, where's
and people would talk to me and go like, well, if I even come to meet you outside, I might get the plague. Or if I'm 30 feet away, oh no. And I was just like, yikes!
Right. And so was it a pandemic? Was it a scamdemic? You know, we're finding out now that it was a shit show.
Oh, totally.
And that we really needed to.
The question is, we're going to let it happen again? I mean,
COVID is real. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, there's something wrong. Something did happen. People
were dying. I mean, I get that. But the point is, how it was handled was poorly handled. And the fear. So I akin it to, if I'm asked how we got here to America today, I look at Y2K.
Yeah.
Y2K was the beginning of the veil being dropped on showing us that our government is lying to us.
Yeah.
They put
absolutely.
so much fear into everybody that the world's going to end, the computers are going to stop, everything's going to stop.
Yes.
People went out and spent stupid money on generators and bottled water and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, midnight, January 1st, 2000, and it's like, the lights are still on, the music's still on.
Yeah.
Let's drink to that.
Yeah.
But they hyped it and aired it for months.
Yeah.
And so that's what they keep doing to us.
Yes.
I think that's what this tariff thing is. That's what so much of this is. So if I come up missing later, I've been silenced yet again.
Well, yeah. It's best. Isn't it best to be at the top of the list instead of the bottom of the list?
You know, when I was on the mountaintop and I was at the pinnacle of being the queen of the Canton art world,
Okay.
it was wonderful,
Yeah.
and it was humbling,
Yeah.
and it was also very terrifying because there you are on this apex
Yeah.
where they can knock you off with a rock really easily.
And you're just a human being with, strengths and weaknesses and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wasn't the only person who could put on an art show. I was the only one who was.
And it was that type A and get her done. Okay. Which has always been my attitude too. It's like, yeah, I can play around.
Yeah.
And it is hard to find people that actually do want to succeed.
Yeah. Well,
they're not that.
And they're like, God, she's a pain and blah blah blah. And it's like, I will admit I was a benevolent dictator. I will be the first to say that.
Yeah, you have to be as an entrepreneur, as anything. Otherwise, nothing's going to ever happen. If it's a
we-
committee and you're still talking about the color of the pencils for the committee meetings,
Right.
you're done.
Right. But if we failed, I took the blame.
Yes.
If we succeeded, everyone succeeded.
Yeah.
And that's how a benevolent dictator works.
Yeah, I mean, along those lines, when we did, you were looking at the picture earlier from the repository when we did the Neopa of Arts and
Yeah.
that room was packed. Okay, and I was telling you how the arts and the board of the art, whatever
Arts and Stark.
whatever they created Arts and Stark.
Arts and Stark.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, they were the art museum was inspired by us getting press, and they weren't getting press, and they started Arts and Stark based upon somewhat just oh, look at these people doing this stuff, we got to do better, whatever. But life takes you around and you do whatever. But there was a hunger and a need when I did that back in the 2000s.
There was a hunger.
People wanted to
They
get together,
did, and they wanted to show their art with one another.
Yeah, and just hang out and spend time. And that's how it is. It's just the fellowship aspect of getting together, even around something cool, as opposed to maybe a football sign or something like that.
Right.
You're definitely more of my people than
Right. But if you take the you out of community, it's just company. You need
Absolutely.
the you in community, and I mean that for all of you out there. You can sit there and complain about things, or you can get up and do something,
Absolutely.
even if it's wrong.
Even if you fail, you pick up and do
or
it.
it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to. I do that all the time. My very first sign on my building at 2707 Fulton Drive, I painted myself, and I'm on
still
top
have
of
it?
it. No,
Okay.
I'm on top of it, and I'm painting it, and I'm like, oh, it looks really great. And then we put it up, and none of the letters were the right size or the same. I mean, it was so horrible.
Oh, jeez.
But
It was what it was. Yeah.
now I have Canton sign. I see why we have Canton sign.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you do go through learning curves and things like that.
Well, and
absolutely.
Don't we learn more from our mistakes? The
Yeah.
things that make us happy, all they do is make us happy. But the things that hurt our heart, we grow and we evolve and we become a better person for it. And here I am 30 years later. I've made plenty of mistakes. For any of you that are out there that I've hurt or offended, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention.
I forgive you.
Thank you. But you know what? Like you said, I'm a human being. I can remember when my mom felt ill, and you're waiting for the doctor to call. And he finally calls, and I've got a store full of customers, and there I am crying, and all these people
Yeah.
are like listening to my private life. It was really brutal, but they were beautiful. They came up and they hugged me, and they said, "My mom, I had to do the same thing for my mom." So we're all in this together.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to
I'm
love
telling you right
one
now,
another.
episode number 5, I got tingles up the spine because we're like finishing each other's sentences. And honestly, I want to have you back. This is just
Yeah, well, we have it.
We're never going to get through all these questions. And we're about ready to end the program here, but I thank you so much for coming. I'm going to have a couple more questions here for you.
Oh, Isorama, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, tell me about the Isorama.
So, there's lots of local artists that are really cool and inventive, and they're idea people.
Yes.
They're not follow-through people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the follow-through person.
Okay, get her done so you can get business.
So Patrick Buckor
Yeah.
from B&B Tattoo and
He was,
Artistic Excellence.
we had a mutual friend who passed away, and we were at the hospital, and he left before we pulled the plug, but he pulled the plug right after that. He lived here at the house here, and Smokey. But go ahead, Patrick Bogor. And he actually turned me on to PR Miller.
He asked me, he said, ice sculpting festivals are what towns are doing.
Yeah.
Something to do in the winter.
Yeah.
And so I was like, an ice sculpting festival. I wonder how I would go about doing that. And so I just started. And we had Aaron Kostick, who is a world champion ice carver.
Oh, wow.
And Greg Hawk owned Arcade Coney's on the square, right next to the courthouse.
Yeah,
and the ice skating rink is there.
Okay.
I had a local band come and play.
When was this? What year was this?
I did 2007, 2008, and 2009. I stepped away and I gave it to Arts and Stark. Now, for me, I want to make it the event.
Yeah.
So everything's there.
Hashtag me too.
Everything's there. All the ice sculptors were there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Now, if you go, you have to walk all over town.
Which is kind of cool. It has its own benefit. I can see both ways. Yeah. I can see both ways.
It doesn't feel like an event.
It's a spread out event. Yeah.
But I don't
They did actually, on 4th Street, they did it where they had this huge thing and they set it on fire.
Fire and ice, yeah.
That was kind of cool. Okay.
That's really cool.
Okay.
But that, they added. I'm doing it out of my own pocket.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Wow, jeez.
Right.
You got all kinds of money compared to...
Right. Well, yeah. So, anyway. And that's how,
So you inspired that. It wouldn't happen without you.
Give me an idea. And I can
cool.
figure out. I'm a problem solver.
That's cool. So you ever thought about doing another one, even though it wouldn't be doing something where they're all together like that or something? Or?
Well, so Michael Curtis from Yoga Central asked me to resurrect Art is Alive.
Okay.
Because when I stepped away, Robin Kratzer from the Quonset Hut picked it up and she ran it for 3 years, and then she gave it back to Arts and Stark, and they ran it into the ground in 2 years, and so it was over after that.
Okay.
It's never been done again.
When was that? Well, 5 years.
So I left in 06, 09, so 2014 was the last year.
Okay.
And so Michael Curtis asked me to resurrect it. And so we did it up at Yoga Central. And it was a great turnout. It really was. It was a great turnout.
What time of year is it, or when?
Well, it was always in the spring.
Okay.
Left of Center was in the fall.
So you're going to do it this year, or is it?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it happening this year?
No. Well, I'm meeting somebody on Monday who has a couple art ideas. And
Okay.
It's like, so when Arts and Star came to town, he was the money.
Yeah.
And I stepped away, and everybody said, we'll never leave you. And then when they saw the money, they all left me.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a
Money talks, right?
It does. And that was a brutal, eye-opening experience, but I understand it because they're called starving artists for a reason. So
Here's a carrot. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I didn't like what Arts and Stark did, so somebody would come up with an idea.
Yeah.
And they'd fund it for 1 year. You need more than 1 year.
Yeah. It needs to be more of a long term. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But let's see how the arts are going to thrive. Let's see how Finney's does. Let's see how this radio station with the power and everything. I mean, the real live radio station.
We're trying, for goodness sakes. Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Okay, here's one close question. If you could just say one sentence for the next generation of Canton artists, business owners and dreamers, what would you say?
I would rather attempt something and fail than attempt nothing and succeede.
All right. Thank you very much for coming, Deloris.
Stephen,
I really appreciate
thank
this.
you.
I'm going to talk with you after the program.
Okay.
I'd say this is my best episode ever so far.
That's only number 5.
Some of my technical stuff is getting better, so thanks again. And Deloris, you're located at 1524
Fulton Road,
on right close to Taggart's. And we're talking about possibly doing a live radio show from there.
Wouldn't that be fun?
And we're going to try to kick it off with a live, like an afternoon event thing in the little side thing where you took that house down. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned, everybody. And we're going to go back to your regular scheduled program on the radio.
Love is the answer.
That's right.